Hey man, I need you to put your phone down right now and listen to what I'm about to tell you, because if you're watching this video, there's a good chance you're caught in one of the most dangerous traps that kills attraction faster than anything else. You're living your life through text messages. You're existing in her DMs instead of existing in the real world. And listen, this isn't just about getting the girl. This is about getting your life back. Today we're breaking down why your phone has become your prison and how to escape it, because by the end of this, you'll understand exactly why the guys who text less get more attention, and the ones who live more get everything they want. Let's get into it. First thing, you're refreshing her last seen like it's the stock market. Look, I get it. She opened your message 3 hours ago and didn't respond, so now you're checking when she was last online every 5 minutes, analyzing her Instagram stories to see if she's active but ignoring you. That's not love, my guy. That's obsession. And here's the brutal truth. While you're sitting there waiting for her response, she's out there living her actual life. Going to dinner with friends, working out, maybe even talking to other guys who aren't glued to their phones. And what does that tell her about you? That you've got nothing better to do than monitor her digital footprint. That's not attractive. That's desperate. You ever notice how the guys who get the most attention from women are the ones who are hardest to reach? Not because they're playing games, but because they're genuinely busy building something, creating experiences, living in the moment. They're not refreshing apps, they're refreshing their lives. And women can sense that energy even through a screen. So if you've been tracking her online activity like a detective, my guy, it's time to close the case and open your life. Second thing, your conversations have become interview mode. Here's where most men mess up. They turn texting into a job interview. How was your day? What did you eat? Where are you going tonight? And then they wonder why she stops responding with enthusiasm. It's because you're not creating excitement. You're creating homework. And here's what happens when you fall into interview mode. You put all the pressure on her to be interesting, to carry the conversation, to entertain you. But attraction doesn't work like that. Attraction happens when two people are living interesting lives and sharing glimpses of that with each other. Think about it this way. Would you rather text someone about what you had for lunch? Or would you rather be out somewhere so interesting that when you do text her, it's because something genuinely worth sharing just happened? The difference is night and day. One makes you forgettable. The other makes you magnetic. So stop asking her to fill your empty day with conversation and start filling your day with experiences worth talking about. Third thing, you're using your phone as a security blanket. This one hits deep because most guys don't even realize they're doing it. Every time you feel anxious, bored, or uncertain, you reach for your phone to text her. It's become your emotional support system. But here's the problem. When you use someone else as your source of validation, you give away all your power. I had a friend who would literally panic if a girl didn't text him back within an hour. He'd send follow-up messages asking if everything was okay, apologizing for things he didn't even do. And guess what happened every single time? She pulled away further, because desperation repels attraction, like oil repels water. And here's where it gets really interesting. The moment he stopped texting her constantly and started focusing on his own goals, she started reaching out to him more. Why? Because he became unpredictable again. He became someone with his own life, his own priorities. And suddenly, she wanted to be part of that world instead of being his entire world. Look, man, your phone should enhance your life, not replace it. When you're constantly texting, you're not present for the opportunities right in front of you. You miss conversations with people who could change your life. You miss experiences that could shape who you become. You miss the chance to develop the confidence that comes from real-world interactions, not digital validations. Here's what I want you to understand. Attraction isn't built through text messages. It's built through presence, mystery, and the energy you bring to real interactions. When you're always available, always responding, always trying to keep the conversation going, you eliminate mystery. And mystery is what keeps people interested. So here's your new framework. Instead of texting her throughout the day, live your day fully, completely present. And then maybe, just maybe, if something genuinely interesting happens, you share it, but you're not texting to fill silence. You're texting to add value, to share excitement, to create intrigue. Fourth thing, you've forgotten how to be alone with your thoughts. This might be the most important point I make today. When's the last time you sat somewhere without immediately pulling out your phone to text someone? When's the last time you had a thought, an idea, a realization that you kept to yourself instead of immediately sharing it for validation? The most attractive men I know are comfortable with silence, comfortable with their own company. They don't need constant external stimulation or validation because they have learned to generate their own internal sense of worth and purpose. And women can sense this instantly. They can tell the difference between a man who texts because he has something valuable to say and a man who texts because he can't handle being alone. Here's what happens when you become comfortable with solitude. You start developing deeper thoughts, more interesting perspectives. You become someone worth talking to instead of someone who needs to talk. And that shift changes everything about how people perceive you. I want you to try something right now. Put your phone in another room for 1 hour, just 1 hour, and sit with whatever comes up. Maybe you'll feel anxious, maybe you'll feel bored, maybe you'll realize how much mental space texting was taking up. That's good. That's the first step to reclaiming your mental freedom. Fifth thing, you've made her your entertainment instead of creating your own. And this is where most guys completely lose the plot. They wait for her to make their day interesting. They depend on her responses to determine their mood. They've essentially made another person responsible for their happiness. But here's the truth. Nobody wants to be someone else's sole source of entertainment. That's too much pressure.